Beep beep, I'm back. So, checked through some guides, got good news, know where I'm going now. I also found a few things I missed. But first, Nacrene City was the place I was supposed to go talk to the professor. One of those things I probably should have read a bit better, but oh well. And the good thing about Nacrene City is I finally looked up where you get the fossils revived, and it's here. Blah blah blah, various stones. Light stone. Yep. Someday all that'll end, but it is not this day. Bye. Anywho, did I speed this up? I did not. Wonder they're talking so slow. Okay. First, where are all the fossils? I'm like sure. I don't have any duplicates. Before I start handing them over. One armor fossil, one claw, two covers. Yes. Two of those. Alright, which one of you is it? Yes. Okay, you can't just send it to my PC. Oops, I need move. Keep Slender so I can fly. Anywho, Sicer's nice. I wish evolution was working right for trade Pokemon so I could get Scissor. Anywho, if you want to nickname somebody, as always, just say them in the comments. Whatever. Keldeo. Isn't Keldeo like really good? Fuck. Lunatone, that's good. And last one. Holy fuck! I knew coming here was a great idea. Okay. Obvious winner here. So these all are fossils. We got Quiet. Ooh, with false white. That is very useful. Quiet's a horrible nature, minus speed plus special attack. Jolly is actually good natured to this guy. Although it's kind of sad air cutter's special. But he's not a great Pokemon, you know? Anywho, negative attack, bold. Keldeo is a physical attack. Now, I mean, we do special attack Keldeo. I don't think I've ever seen one. Let's look up Keldeo. Keldeo. Justified. Water fighting. It's a vent Pokemon in black and white. Where are you? So, oh, okay, never mind. It is a special attacker. I'm misremembering. Base 129 special attack, 108 speed, very bulky, very good. For some reason I remember seeing a lot of physical attacker or mixed attacker ones in Showdown, and I used it there, but never used it in the game, other than Showdown. Interesting. So, you're a maybe. Passed. Not great. Let's see, Adamant Rayquaza. Alright, Airlock. Let's see. Spelling is probably off. I got close. Alright. Delta Swarm is his mega ability. Plus I can use that in this gen. 150 base attack, 150 base special attack, adamant negative special attack plus attack. So as a physical example, be good with a Dragon Dance build, which does get a level 18, so I can get that back immediately. Dragon is, no, it's not. This is different gen. Dragon Dance level 60 in Gen 5, but had access to Crunch for now. Eventually Outrage level 50, and then Dragon Dance 60. I could teach Extreme Speed 75. I could teach a whole lot of moves. I'm thinking Rayquaza might be a good party member. Keldeo would also be a great party member. Let's see. I do want Dragonite. I kind of also. Okay. How do I do this? Yes, pause it. Nope, nope. Okay. I'm thinking if anyone who is a permanent member of the party, I'm gonna go to box 2 for now. You have been removed. You have been removed. But party members and the short list. Yeah. I think I might want to have Scyther exist as a false wiper for getting Pokemon to 1 HP safely. That way I can get rid of Dragon Rage. You know what? Keep you. Yeah, so that's how that works. Let's double click to teleport. Alright. So And then this is the dead box. Keldeo could be useful at the water fighting because you have some really good resistances. Alright. You have resistances to rock, bug, steel, fire, water, ice, and dark. And no fairy, so no weakness to fairy. Weakness to flying grass, electric, and ground. Which, not great as a 4 weaknesses, but it's not horrible. That's a lot of stuff you can come in on. Let's look at the Gen 5 moveset. Sacred Sword, physical. Aqua Tail, physical. Take down. Double kick. This is why I like close combat. Like, so many physical moves. Sword Dance. Here's to see Sword Dance. Okay, so it gets Calm Mind. Got amazing special defense. And mine is Bold, yes. So, but main special attack. You can learn Surf. It's not, like, Focus Blast is really the only physical fighting move that's, it can learn. But, no, you can learn Secret Sword, but I don't know where to learn Secret Sword. Okay, where do I learn it? At the Moor of Icarus. A puddle that can be walked upon. Okay. Don't really get it. Why is this puddle special? Gives me. I don't understand. You just like walk out there? Like, how do you learn it? Seems like a good move. I mean, 85 power, 100% accuracy. I prefer that to missing. With Focus Blast. I only have 5 PP. That'd be a good. That we don't have the Skull Team, but if we did, that'd be so good. Being able to burn. But if not, I can just surf, right? So stab, surf, stab, fighting move, maybe Calm Mind, and that's a good special move to fill in that Keldeo can learn. For coverage, let's see, fighting water. You're gonna have problems with bulky waters that resist fighting, or grass types, such as poison, like grass poison, or common, or like bulky water that's like a water ghost, or water poison, water psychic. Let's see. Round, Scald, Focus Blast, Surf, Empower. Like, this is a real problem. Like, Keldeo does not have very good coverage. Like, you have fighting moves, You have water moves, and what else? Normal? Hyper beam? Is that the solution? Mm. You could try to get a secret sword on Kedeo. Hold on. I'm not sure. But what I'm sure about is with waterfalls on Dragonite, do I need Kingdra as a bulky water if I have Keldeo as a bulky water fighting? And a Rayquaza. I'm thinking you could be my bulky water. Alright. And then I do want my psychic Pokemon. And then I could use Croc, or and I could also use you as a false swiper with Cut, just to help catch Pokemon. And then as like a catcher, right? And then have, I mean, I still kind of do think he'd be useful as a ground dark. I mean, I'm still not great against electricity, like you resist it. You're neutral, you're weak, you're neutral, you're neutral. Like, that's not great. I have a lot of resistance to rock. Like, you resist rock, but you're the only one, everyone else is weak and neutral. I'm not great against, well, I have 2 people who can fly now, soon 3, so that's gonna help with ground. Psychic, you're weak to psychic, but you resist it. I have 1 person that resists, everyone else is neutral. What else I gotta worry about? I don't have any steel types. I think long term, Croc is going to be in the party, but he's going to replace my HM slave, and you are useful. I think you're going to be more useful with False Swipe, even though you can't put anyone to sleep. I think that I'm happy. Well, yeah, I think I'm happy with this. I do need to put some EXP on U2. Let's work on Keldeo first. Yeah, because I think Keldeo is more important in the short term for having a bulky water fighting type. Item, let's for now give you a, where are you? Lucky egg. Why am I going up and going down? Okay. I'm happy with this. I'll probably sell some things. What do we got? Let's start at the top. Okay. That's all that. That's all that. That's not really useful, but I'm not selling it. Well, I could. Am I gonna get a Genesect? Probably no. I don't have any intention of using a clam pearl if I get one. Destiny not seems like something I don't really need. I mean, the plates, I'm probably not going to get a Arceus, but they're still useful for this, you know, boosting stuff. Dubious Disc is for Porygon. Probably not going to need it. I don't need 2 ground plates, or earth plates, whatever. Electrolyzer doesn't work, but I'll keep it for now in case maybe there's some way to get it to work that I don't know about. I don't really need Neverstone. Evilite is useful. Once I start worrying less about EXP and more about combat ability. I'm never gonna use King's Rock, I might as well have it. Flax Incense. Fuck that, that feels so much like cheating. Am I gonna use a Macho Grace to do EV training? No. I don't need 2 of these. I definitely don't need 2 metal coats in a game where metal coat doesn't work correctly. I don't need 2 auto instances. This is for EV training. I don't need it. But the quick call is RNG. I need 2 of these. Let's see. I need 2 Zap plates. I'll sell one. And then we're into the won't buy stuff. Really? Okay, you will buy max repels. So why it's... Alright. What do you got? Anything I want? I got 20 of those. How much? I got 20 of those. How many roster? I have 12 is enough. Hold on. Probably good. Couple of those. Alright, max repels. Okay. Alright. What moves do we want Keldeo and Rayquaza to learn? We're gonna go full. Okay, acrobatics is a flying move, and it'll be really good on Rayquaza. Although it means that can't run it. We also to turn Cheats Cut to Scyther. Keeping that, getting rid of agility. Can we cheats fly to Scyther? No, we can cheats the Rayquaza, which would be better on Rayquaza than Thundurus because he is a pure physical attacker. Definitely keep Crunch, Scary Face, but I don't want to keep Twister either, really. We know strengths now. You don't. You don't. You could learn it. You could learn it. You could learn it. Not sorry. Well, that's annoying. Alright. I wonder. Keldeo? No, don't think so. So, we do want to teach Surf to Keldeo. It's probably the best water move he can learn for now. And if somebody needs to know it, right? There's a... Let's see. Maybe... So we taught Fly. Maybe Earthquake? And a Dragon attack, and then... Alright, Earthquake. Good coverage with Rayquaza, right? Dark Ground, Flying. I think for now, then get rid of Hyper Voice for Dragon Dance, and then eventually maybe get rid of Crunch for Outrage. Because Dragons, especially Outrage, is still powerful. Right? What resisted Steel? Was Steel weak to ground with Levitate or Flying? Flying also has good stab. And I need someone to know Fly. But this frees up a slot on Thundurus, right? Thundurus. Let's look at Thundurus. What is good? We want to keep Discharge, right? We want to keep... Oh wait, Gen 5. We want to keep Discharge. What? How do I do the other page left? Yeah. Your spell attack isn't that much higher than your attack, surprisingly. We want to keep Grass Knot. Uproar and Fly are the two that I'm willing to get rid of, although I'd like a special flying move. I don't know if I can learn any. Let's see. Yeah, Grass Knot. I'd love to find Flash Cannon somewhere and tease it to him. Give him a steel move to deal with stuff. Sludge Bomb. That's not bad. Sludge Wave. Focus Blast is really powerful. My main problem is the accuracy is so horrible. I don't want to deal with that. You know, I'm Psychic, but I don't think I have a TM. Dark Pulse at 73, but that's a long way away. Nasty Plot 61 would be very good to have. I might go Nasty Plot build. Long term. Be fast enough. Yeah. I have Psysock, but I don't think he can learn Psysock, right? Yeah. What? I really want to go Focus Blast. Miss all the time. Do you have Gyro Ball? Wait, slow the user, okay, so that's not a great move for him. You know what? Let's give you some leftovers. Okay. So we need to do some training. And there's a place I forgot to go to, a couple places. Let's see. Where first? We should probably see if we can get that move for Keldeo at where was it? It was in the Morvickers, right? Yeah. I think we just go there and it just magically happens somehow. Not entirely sure. Okay, is it north? No. How do I get up here? What is it, Icarus City? Icarus City? Spell it right? Probably not. Okay. Pokemon. What's this called? So Icarus, assuming this is it's Japanese, but then back to English. Because their letters don't quite match up. Twist Mountain. What is Twist Mountain? Okay, that's what Twist Mountain is. I don't see a way to get up there. How the fuck do you get to that area? There appears to be something like part of the Dragonspire Tower. Like, how do you get there? Looks like there's like, this is what I'm talking about to my left. Like, there's grass up there, there's a Pokeball up there. How do you get up there? I'm looking at the map. It's not entirely clear. Like, can you get up there? Maybe not. Maybe you just can't get there, and that's like, doesn't appear to be a way. And it doesn't appear way over here, but there's like a randomized item, but maybe that's a bug? Related to randomizer putting stuff in places you can't reach, maybe? that's a dead end, right? Whatever. Right. Entry ball. That'll kill you. Oh, does he have sturdy? No sturdy? No sturdy. Good. I need to pay more attention. Thanks, so you don't have sturdy. Alright. If I have synchronize, I know. I just pay enough attention. Poisey, alright. Okay, what do you got? Tree stem. Ooh. Attack rose, keck. Well, that's not gonna be useful here. I think Psy Shock at this level will one-hit KO. Yeah. What is that in the water? That's some sort of special encounter or something. Looks normal. Alright. Let's see what ability. No sturdy? Rocket or something. Come on. Lightning rod, perfect. Energy ball. Alright. Thunderous, fun. You are a fast boy, but I think I'm faster. Well, with Prankster out, I'm definitely faster. Calm Mind, and then I should be able to one-shot you with Side Shock. Seems resist. Well, ain't healing. Alright, Thunderous is legendary. Good DXP. Alright, and then more should be here? Yes. I think it's this. Okay. And if a faithful encounter, oh, it has to be a faithful encounter Keldeo and his comrades are brought back to the moor. These three swords of justice. Okay, so you have to have all of these Pokemon. Which means that's never gonna happen. So I guess he just learns the only fighting move he can learn, the special, and misses a lot. Sad. Alright, let's see. Keep that. Alright. Sure. I feel like Uproar is a move that never gets used now. Let's do that. So, if I can't do anything here, there's no real point in coming here, I guess. That's the dead end. So, now what? I think this route, I have to go down to that lady. And, hello, my rival. Hopefully you haven't gotten anything too OP. Okay, Togepi. perfect setup unless you have Encore and screw with me. Or like taunt, or you alright, plus 2 shy shot. What do you got? Who can live a plus 3? Sweet Waddle. Yeah, you're dead. You does Bug? I don't think Bug resists Psychic. I don't think. Not that it matters. Artist. Artist is weak to Psychic. Easy. What's next? Elgin. Okay, you're weak to Shadow Ball. Okay. Blah 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 blah. Just double triple checking. I talked to all these people. Then I beat you, but I guess I didn't get your item. Beat you for sure. Thank you. Alright. And then I think this takes me to the next town, right? Hello? I guess you really like bridges. Whatever. I do not really like bridges. I like very important technology, but this is stupid. Like, how much time and effort was put into this that could have been put into making Pokemon a better game, right? Flame charge. Okay. Aren't you one of those guys working with N? Blah blah blah. Lord and blah blah blah. Don't care. Fight me or run away. Okay, you just sat there for who knows how long, just to what? Say hi, what's up? Ridiculous. Anywho. On a less boring note. Yeah. Fling is kinda garbage. Not gonna lie. I should have Dowser on. Yeah, I was just thinking. This is exactly the sort of place to be useful. So, sword IDs. What's fun? What's fun? Boring, boring, boring. Okay. There was a Spanish Model 1860 cavalry officers saved. Well, cavalry troopers saving officers. Which is kind of cool. You don't see those all that often. Spain, this didn't do all that much interesting stuff in the 19th and 20th century. Like, they had the Civil War, but that was very internal. Not a lot going on outside of them. So, like, oh shit, this wife's annoying. Not a lot of that stuff kind of rippled outside of the country. So, like, Casco. would be great. I'm just gonna use Shadow Ball of the week. I don't care. If you live, you live. Hayden. You're getting a bit low on PP with the Dragonair takeover. And, yes, Townsend. Anywho, that was a fun one. I have the 1907 and the 1895 Cavalry Saber. I have a lot of Spanish models. I do not have the 1860. What I'd like to get someday along with the 1880, and I just have like every cavalry saber they used for the last 150 years. I guess Dragon Rush because damage. Resist everything else. Kick. Well, now that I have False Swipe, I can get rid of Dragon Rage. False Swipe is better anyway. Pidgeotto. Alright. I can keep you in, or I can send Sunris. Who is a better counter to flying types with Discharge? Conserve some PP. Might have to use like 2 waterfalls or something. Alrighty. I wonder if that's a double battle. Alright, let's assume it is, right? Who do I want out? Maybe... Rayquaza. He has Earthquake. Maybe? It is. And then I switch out Rayquaza. Alright, Intimidate is not going to be so useful for you. How do I want to play this? I probably want... Discharge would be great, but not any ground types. I probably want to use Fly and Scrafty, and then switch you out for Dragonair, who's pretty fucking bulky. Might take a hit or two, I'll be fine. Oh shit, that crit did a lot of damage. Holy fuck! Really? A fucking crit? That's fucking bullshit. That is bullshit. Fly will kill Scrafty because he's weak to flying. I use Saddle Ball and that's... That crit was such fucking bullshit. He's level 49. It's 37s. Ah, that is so frustrating. That is so frustrating. There's no way he'd be and HJK hit. Horrible accuracy. Man. All that time, and I never get a Dragonite. Never. And I need a new waterfall user. God damn. Fuck. Well, today sucks. Vessel. Horrible day. I mean, Rayquaza can do the job of Dragonite arguably better because I don't have to wait for him to evolve. Still, it's like... not happy. Then somebody else needs to learn waterfall. I mean, I guess I could have fucking Kingra. That's so frustrating. It's early in it. That's thousand means. Wasn't there like a move to the leader person also? Or the relearner, right? Pokemon Black. Where are you? Miss Trelon? Also gives a new Pokemon a chance to see if there's anything I need to... Okay, it was one of the houses over here. I think it was this one. Alright. Maybe you? Yes. Alright, what do we got? Nope. I don't really want to look at that. Priority special attack. A Kingra. What about? No. I mean, I guess Hydro Pump's good, but I don't even remember. I mean, I guess Whis could be useful. Not so big a healing waste, but Wish could be useful, but not in the calm mindset. That's could be down to only 2 attacks. I have items anyway. I'm not doing a no item one just because like that's work I don't want to do. Maybe I try to train too many Pokemon at once. If I had the ground dark Pokemon, I could swap to him. He would have been weak to fighting, but he would have been immune to psychic attack when I got crit. Have intimidate, so the fighting HJK would have done less damage if it hit, whereas it probably would have still, but he probably would have lived to -1 HJK. What's the level difference? No damage from psychic. Croc. If I had Croc, that would have been useful. Oh well. So looking around, I did miss the laboratory over here, and I guess I could go visit the lab, and I need to leave one Pokemon behind. So, I'll do it. There's no Poké Center here. Sure, fly. Next time, I need to leave a Pokemon behind before I go there. So I can pick up that egg from, was it Route 18? Okay. Who am I gonna leave? I will leave you, and I will teach, back. I will teach, I'll give the EXP share to, what do you call it? Sicer for now. Because Sicer needs to be able to help me catch Pokemon. Also, while I'm at it, wasn't there a TM person in one of these? I think there's like 2 or 3 cities that TM people. I don't remember which. Maybe they're good ones. I could check real quick. It's not you. Not useful. Must have any useful items along here anyway. Lychee, not useful. No, I was here recently. Alright, those are kinda cool. I have one. I don't use these often. Guess it's nice to have a few. Not really useful. Okay. What day is it? Is it Tuesday? It is Tuesday. I said buy castle cones for cheap. Whatever the fuck they are. Where are you? Since that's the alley, is it here? No, this is the alley. This street or the one that I saw was the alley? It's probably the one I thought that was the alley. Yes? Can I only get one? I only get one. Okay. That's a fly. I'm just bummed. Can't believe I lost Dragonair to a fucking crit. Okay, that's what I was hoping for. I don't want any of these. I think there's someone else that had like rain and sunny day, and I was like, I should probably get those. Yeah, someone else had like thunder and blizzard and fire blast, and I was like, I should probably get those. But I don't remember which ones have the TMs and which ones don't. Alright. Where are candies? I should have more of these. 8. Good for now. They're cheap. You know what? I get 10. Never have to worry about them again. Alright. I want to have 4 is enough. And this is the market. You sell TMs here. You're the weirdo who sold, what is it? Incense? Sure, I'm gonna go milk and be off. Next. Losing Dragonite sucks. Okay. 50k is ridiculous. But it's important moves. Do I have sniper, don't I? I use sniper. Yeah, I use sniper. So you're not Swift Swim. Swift Swim would actually be kind of useful. Hydro Pump becomes 100% accuracy. Sunder becomes 100% accuracy. Maybe I could do a Sunderous with Rainy Day, or Kingdom with Rainy Day, and have Swift Swim. But I don't. It sucks. Sunder and Hydro Pump being more accuracy and more power for Hydro Pump. Well, I didn't have the accuracy. Am I misremembering that? Hydro Pump. Is it 100% accuracy in the rain? More damage. Power change. Rain dance. And then you're the Blizzard Thunder guy, going to buy one. I will buy Blizzard. Yes. Alrighty. Let's see. Water type moves increase 50%. Solar beam and fire types will decrease by 50%. Less recovery from synthesis, morning sun, moonlight. Sunder ignores accuracy and evasion under the effects of rain, so it's just Sunder that does that. I thought it was Sunder and Hydro Pump for some reason. Rain damage. Max repel. Alright. Anywho, any other cool sword idea that I can talk about? There was a French court sword, which was very fancy. I don't remember the right way to go. And fancy court sword is interesting just because they're worth a lot of money and pretty cool looking. But the negatives of it is the photos of the blade are basically non-existent. I think it's an older blade. It's made by S&K, so the K is for one of the curse bombs. I think it's like Wilhelm BA whatever, and then the S's are the Schnitzels, I'm probably not saying it right. And they were a family that made stuff. Two of them, like Anna Schnitzel, I think it was. I think I have to go through 18 to get where I need to go, right? And this is where I get the egg, right? From you? Good. And what are you? Okay, you want some, you're one of those guys who buys items. And come over here. Do I go? Yeah, I go this way. And this is the area. Hello. Anyway. What else? There's a lot of sword IDs in the last couple days. I feel like I'm forgetting a lot of things. There was, very, very fancy American saber. That's probably 1820 and 1840. Probably 1840-ish because, allegedly it was used in the Civil War, which normally that large of a time gap, soldiers tend not to be, it's also sabers. In that period, soldiers tend not to have 20 plus year careers all that often. Oh, Ice Beam is so good. Okay, something's in the water. Let's see, does anyone want to teach Ice Beam immediately? Probably yes, almost certainly yes. I have a dragon Pokemon. Where is it? TM13 is we at the bottom? Yes. My Kingdra. Alright, what am I getting rid of? Ice Beam's really good. I'm thinking get rid of agility for now, and hell, let's get rid of Twister if I had to. But it's real good. Alright, and this is that laboratory that has, okay, power band. No matters. Anything? Sure. Warden, blah blah blah. I think this has something to do with Genesect, but I'm not entirely sure. Maybe I have to come back later. Pokemon. Fly. Alright. So... Oh wait, Pinwheel Forest. There's something there I missed. Gotta surf to it. Although I'm not sure if I'm ready for that, because I need to level up some more. While I'm on that topic, anywho, allegedly was used in Civil War, and the reason that is slightly more likely is because for both the North and the South they had a major sword shortage, and the North had more manufacturing and more access to trade because Louisiana, which was the main port of the South, was under embargo for most of the war. Like a whole flotilla hanging outside, being like, "Yo, if you try to trade, we will, run this blockade. We will destroy your shit and sink you." So there were blockade runners. Some of them got through, some of them didn't. It was risky. That drove up prices because you gotta risk your life to run a blockade both ways, right? You're gonna charge a lot of extra price. You risk losing your ship and your hold and crews. It's like does not make sense in all cases. So a lot of old swords were reused. A lot of um, swords were made that were extremely low quality. Like the tales of people making what do you call them? Bowie knives, right? Which in some cases were Bowie swords out of like shovels and this like really shitty iron and stuff, or what tools, just whatever they could get. A lot of them were not good weapons. They weren't well made. They were made by people who had very little or no training or experience making swords and knives, who was some experience in smithing, hopefully. Some of them were really good, but the majority of them were lower quality because they just had trouble getting enough metal and getting any sort of trade. They didn't have a lot of industry. Like, there's a lot of things going against them. Um, they did not have the manufacturing base to keep up with the demand, and they couldn't get it from trade. They got a lot of stuff from trade. There were a lot of blockade runners, but there were all sorts of things being blockade ran, and it was going both ways. A lot of it was export, and the export was extremely valuable, but the export was sort of focused. Alright, Thunderous. Not the best Pokemon to be doing this, but... Oh, he lived. I wonder how well Grass Knot will do. I mean, it's not very effective, but you're heavy, aren't you? Alright, I guess Kingler. Anywho, run away. What I want is to get down to the basement and fight some white clouders. That's a lot of EXP. What was it, 2,000 something EXP? Wow. What else fun? I feel like I'm forgetting things. Also some posts I would delete, it always grabbed my gears. Like, you ask for a sword ID and then you delete the post, and then delete all the photos, and delete all the evidence, so someday somebody else can't look through stuff, find your post, and be like, oh, that's the exact sword I have. Here's all the, information IDing it, right? And that's a resource for future, people to use. And if people didn't delete all their posts, like not everyone does, enough people do that it's a problem. No likey. I think this is the one. Yes, 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 yes. Alright, that's the lowest level. Let's look at the items real quick. Right, lucky egg, lucky egg, lucky egg, lucky egg, EXP share. Right, and then we have the egg, which needs steps. Garbo. Could take it out with Surf. And not worth enough EXP. This feels kind of frustrating. Because, like, how much time and effort do we spend IDing all this stuff? And how many times do we ID something only for the thing to get deleted? and then later we go to be like, oh, someone's like, I've never seen something like this, and it's like, here, I'll find a link of like the 10 others that we've ID'd, and we'll struggle to find some of them. Or like, especially when stuff are really, really rare, that gets frustrating. Like, there's one example of a very, very fancy 1796, like, cavalry saber I've, like, linked, because it is the fanciest one I've ever seen, in the wild, as it were. As opposed to, like, a museum or something, right? Very, very fancy. And it's, a later example that was made for presentation purposes. Extremely fancy. Like, the entire blade is covered in blued, other than like a few inches of the tip, and it's then layers of gold and silver coating. That's what is the word? That was fire gilding, I believe is the term, where you take powdered mercury or liquid mercury and powdered gold or powdered silver and mix it up really well to help get a very consistent coating and then paint it on. This is why I'm here. Rayquaza, level 35. Alright, Ice Beam, you're dead. And how much XP is this? 1,000, 1,114. So, yeah, that's 25k. Or 2,500. 2,500. Of one Rayquaza. Damn. Anywho. I should probably use that PP up on Kingdra for Ice Beam, because that is a move I'm going to be using a lot of, and only 10 PP. I don't have a PP max, do I? No. When I use it up, I can use an elixir or something. Fuck, I'm running back up and down here. It takes too long to get here. So, Scyther's job is a Pokemon catcher. It will use False Swipe, and no matter how hard I hit, it will always leave the Pokemon alive with 1 HP. Which is extremely useful, so you can be, like, way, way over level. Is this a Technician Scyther? It'd be great if it was. Swarm. Fuck. Well. Oh well. Anywho. There's a couple fakes I ID'd. Like fake swords. In the last couple days, and like people just keep deleting all the posts. It's like, come on. Anyway. Oh, right. There a really, yeah, the African stuff. So there were two swords that were posted that were really interesting. Well, okay, it was three, but one of them was kind of boring. It's basically a Syrian Jambia, but it's like pretty modern, made for tourists. The two interesting ones were Shikagar, which means basically hunting sword, and apparently the technique comes from India, or like the style or whatever, right? The decoration. But the word is apparently Persian or Farsi. which I just learned. Although that might be not 100% accurate. Maybe because like it originated in India, so maybe they adopted that word from one of the like 300 something Indian languages. I don't know. And I know the person who told me that it was Persian knows, because what is the like etymology of that word in Persian, right? How many Indian languages are there, right? It's kind of hard to track it down if you, cause like even in India, it's like language is complicated. I'm just been struggling to get a translation from something for a long time from India, just cause like it's a mess. But anywho, so one of them is a kukri, but it has a problem. One, it has the wrong style of hilt. Two, so it has um, a Mughal or Persian style of hilt, which is a bit odd on a kukri. Um, the hilt is on backwards, which is a bit odd. It doesn't have a choke, so pretty much all kukris, at least all kukris made in India and Nepal, right, have a cho, which is this little like cut off bit that's like into the blade near the hilt. What's the purpose of it? Different people like have theories, but we don't really know. It might be ceremonial or religious or whatever. Who cares? We don't know, but it's something that's like characteristic of kukris is when it's missing, and so which the let's say if I try to say this correctly, shikagar or shikagari or whatever, what what that looks like is essentially it's a carved, um, always carved, not etched, decoration on the blade that usually shows various types of animals, often not like hunting animals, like animals you hunt or animals you hunt with, like hunting dogs or horses, and sometimes people on the horses with like hunting weapons, hunting various types of animals, and it like sort of tells the story of a hunt. And it's very decorative, and these were like the fancy hunting swords that like the rich people would have. That is a fast way plaza. Boom. Lot of XP. Anywho, so Sikigar, interesting, but this one, the carvings on it are a bit crude in some places, which not super characteristic of this type of sword. The blade's on backwards, which is odd. The hilt's very like the wrong type of hilt. It's very um, simplistic. The blade's very simplistic. It's missing various bits. The design kind of looks like it's made of one piece of sheet metal that was just cut out and then decorated. Um, which it might have been, it might not have been. It's kind of hard to tell because the photos aren't great. We can't see the spine. We can't see if there's any sort of distal tape or anything. But you get the feeling that this is made for tourists, probably, but using this style of decoration just because it's, looks cool and it's from this period, whatever, from this area. But because it's missing the show, and because of the style of hilt, and because it was like belonged to a person from Africa who got it, allegedly from the same source, I think. Alright, trying this. I'll be a dresser for now. I'm not gonna go to waterfall for now. I can always teach that back later. Okay, I have a male Kingra. Do I have a female Dragonite? Because that's one idea. I said I was going to allow one Pokemon to be bred. Maybe the Pokemon I breed is a Dragon Dance. Dratini, who knows Dragon Dance at day one. What gender is that Dragonair? I don't remember. Anyway, so that makes me think maybe this, all that together makes me think maybe the sword was made in Pakistan or Afghanistan or was now Iran, was Persia, right? And it was also sold with a similar style of shikagar. Uh, I believe killage is it, right? Killage is a proper term. So there's killage and shamsir, and the difference are the blade, not the hilts. You can have like identical hilts basically, but one's a killage, one's a shamsir. And they're both the hunting style with all the animals on and whatnot. And I think they were made around the same time, probably by the same person, or at least sold by the same person, maybe with multiple smiths providing them. Because shikagar are not super common, alright? And if somebody has two of them and they got them from the same person, right, the odds are pretty good that they came from the same place, right? As opposed to two separate places. But it could be an older one. It looks like it has a bone grip, which would suggest it's not too old. Because if it was older, you'd be more likely to find that it has a ivory, maybe a walrus ivory, because over in Europe, where like walruses are common, like who cares? We want elephant ivory. But over there in their world, they're like elephants are everywhere. We want walrus ivory. They want what is expensive, not what's practical. Because like, what's the difference? Who cares, right? Um, but no, it's like we want the foreign exotic bleh, unobtainium. Um, very very fancy scabbard for the killage. Um, as far as the leather work, not expensive, but extremely time consuming to do. It has this like complicated pattern in it that could be really gotten two ways. The way they probably did it is by using like tools to carve away bits of the leather to carve a pattern into the leather. You take a really thick piece and carve away bits, and so you have thicker and thicker pieces making like a raised pattern, right? That's extremely time intensive, and you can't mess it up. You know what I mean? Because like once you cut off a piece of leather, it's gone. So it's like it's very slow. You'd have to do it with like cutting very tiny bits of leather off at a time, but you're not really cutting it off like through the leather. You're shaving it off like with a razor basically. Only it's like a really really tiny little bit at a, like slice at a time. Like extremely precise, so you can create these intricate patterns. You could try to stamp the leather, but this is an entire blade worth of like 30 something inches long scabbard going 360 degrees around it, piece of leather, and it's curved. So that gets more complicated, and the design follows the curve of the scabbard, so that gets more complicated. And the idea of stamping it, especially when you'd have to stamp to a large area, and the pattern doesn't seem to be repeating itself quite the same. It seems it changes quite a bit. I really don't think this will stamp. It would take a lot of work to stamp it. I cannot see anyone stamping it. And if they did stamp it, they'd have to make a ton of these for it to be worth it. Because it takes a lot of effort to make a stamp like this. And they'd probably have to stamp it while the leather was flat and then put it over. This is complicated. Alright, Rayquaza. Alright, fifth Rayquaza. professor, that egg will eventually hatch and we'll figure out what it is. Anywho, this has already gone on for an hour and a half. This really sad episode. We lost the dragon. I might consider breeding a Dratini as my one breeding Pokemon with this Kingdra to try to get a Dragonite. Bulbapedia. Yes. Because I believe you can learn Dragon Dance from Kingdra. I think they're in the same egg group. Runaway, I don't fight that thing. Yeah, yeah, you can get Dragon Dance from Kingdra. I can't remember, like, maybe it was I don't remember what the genders were. Maybe that was a problem. I don't know. They're both dudes. Eh. I don't have a Dratini. I do have a Rayquaza, so that might work. That's the other thing. Oh, does Rayquaza have a gender? It probably doesn't. And I'm not seeing no gender sign next to his name. Probably unbreedable. That's annoying. What? Okay. Dragonite, egg group, Bulbapedia. Ah, surf, kill it. Misfire. Ah, die. Alright, let's see. What in here is gonna work? In this another charger, apparently. Would be Arbok. Okay. Horsey, Seadra, Gyarados, Dragonite, Kingdra, Trico. Okay. Flygon, okay, that's a Viper. Milotic, Garchomp, Scrafty. Scrafty? Why is Scrafty in the fucking dragon group? Haxorus. Man. I have a ton of surf, so why not? Anywho. We got sites that are 30. Let me know in the comments if you think I should or shouldn't be breeding a dead Dragonite. I have my one breeding Pokemon. One egg. Until then, see you later. Go sub to my buddy Milk. His link's in the comments. He cares about this whole streaming thing a lot more than I do. So don't sub to me, sub to him. Until then, have a nice day. See ya.